Here it is, just as you've been asking for. More information on a focused stimulus check for Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. I have all the details for you in this video. Also, I'd like to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, Disruptor, but more on them in just a minute. Let's get right into it. So earlier today, I was out in a video talking about the latest inflation data that was just released earlier this morning, and I was talking about some of these reports that are now popping up, talking about how this inflation is just hammering Americans right now, and also how they need to issue a focused stimulus check for those people receiving a fixed income like Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits. So I did see a few comments on that video asking, hey, can you show us some of these reports? So in this video, I absolutely want to come back and share with you one of these reports that I did find talking just about this. Now, to be totally clear, this is just one of the reports that I found. I did find a handful of these, and as I've said in so many videos, I can always back up what I talk about in my videos, and that's exactly what I want to do here as well. However, let's quickly run through a couple key takeaways out of this report before I bring Corey, my wife, in so that she can read this to us and you can see exactly what is being said out there right now. So here's what they're saying. The average Social Security beneficiary is receiving $1,657 each and every month right now in 2022. I think all of us are probably laughing right now because we know that is so far from the truth, right? Let's be real. I think a lot of us here in the community completely recognize it is far, far less than that. However, that's what they are saying in this report. And they also went on to say that that is hard to live on in any developed country. Yeah, check it out. I mean, seriously, right? I think all of us can probably say, try living on $841 or $900 a month, right? Try that one out for size if you think $1657 is hard. So that's one of the key takeaways, but ultimately they go right back into talking about the importance of sending out that focused $1,400 check specifically for these fixed income beneficiaries. So I don't want to give away all the details, but let's get into a quick word out of today's video sponsor, and then I'll bring my wife in, Corey, and she will read this dedicated article to you, and you can see it all right here for yourself. But like the moral of the story is, like I said earlier, this inflation is out of hand right now, and ultimately it's impacting the lowest income and ultimately the fixed income beneficiaries, which so many of you in this community are part of. So with that being said, a quick note from today's video sponsor. Once again, a huge thank you, and then Corey will be back with that reading of the article. I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Disruptor, private equity in your pocket. Disruptor app is a mobile application for investments in private companies in the pre-IPO and mid-stage. It's very similar to investing in the stock market, but rather than public stocks, you would be investing in the development of private space, including fintech, biotech, food tech, and other cutting-edge businesses that plan to go public. Until just recently, investing in private companies was more of a privilege of large funds, and the process alone was incredibly inconvenient. The cool thing about Disruptor, it allows you to invest in private companies with a lower entry threshold and a friendly interface, which ultimately makes it so much easier. Disruptor gives you the opportunity to make money during one of the most promising markets. Companies continue to stay private for longer and longer, maximizing their valuations before an IPO. In general, this market is much less volatile than the public market. Therefore, you don't need to deal with all the day-to-day volatility. And most importantly, if you invest through the Disruptor app, you participate in the development of some of the most innovative technologies that change our lives for the better and solve some of the most pressing issues that the world is currently facing. So now you might be wondering, how does this actually work? Disruptor's analysts select the world's top private companies, primarily in the pre-IPO stage. You can see all of this under the offerings section within the mobile app. Within this section, you can see detailed information about the company, the conditions, and of course, the structure of the deal. A user can go through the whole investing process in a single app, from selecting the company and watching the return. Once an investment is made, you can track the valuation of the company and, of course, track your potential profit in your portfolio. The main scenario of closing an investment in a private company is that of which when it goes public. At that time, the deal is automatically closed, you get the money and the profit. Also, you can access the How It Works section whenever you want. In this area, you can learn about how investments through an SPV are arranged, the risks, and so much more. One other side note, you can see all Disruptor deals in the Overview section. In this area, you can see results, current investments, and upcoming deals. In addition to analytics, the app also offers videos on high-tech products, weekly talk shows about investments, and market news. All of this combined provides a deep dive into the world of private companies and disruptive technology, even captivating the interest of those who haven't quite decided to invest. One quick note to recognize, these offerings are available for accredited investors, those individuals with $1 million in the bank or their net income over the last 2 years of $200,000 or more. If you're interested in learning more about the risks of investing in private companies, make sure to check out the How It Works section. For example, you can now invest in GraphCore through the app. This massive juggernaut is responsible for the go-to chips for AI applications. Make sure to check out the app for an in-depth analytical review, and you can apply for this investment until February 28th. Make sure to check out the link down below in the description for all the details.
Activists say that seniors need more cash due to inflation. By Ethan Kim Leiser. A 6% increase in Social Security payments may not be enough in today's economy. There are great risks awaiting retirees that believe their Social Security benefits will fully fund a comfortable and perhaps decades-long retirement. It's important to keep in mind that the recent 6% cost of living adjustment will only lift monthly Social Security payments to roughly $1,657 for individuals and approximately $2,754 for couples. That's tough to live on in any developed country, and even more so in the United States. Unfortunately, that's not even the full story, as there are other fast-rising expenses out there that are ready to take a big bite out of government benefits. As pointed out by personal finance expert Christy Bieber at The Motley Fool, a troubling new report shows it's possible almost a third of your entire benefits check will be eaten up by one key expense you face as a senior, if you receive close to average Social Security benefit. Citing a recent AARP report, she adds that retirees with traditional Medicare end up spending on average $6,168 per year on covering the cost of insurance premiums and medical services. Considering that the average Social Security benefit in 2022 is just $1,657 per month or $19,884 per year, a retiree with a typical benefit and average medical expenses could end up spending just over 31% of their entire Social Security check on paying out-of-pocket expenses associated with their medical needs, she adds. Unsurprisingly, that massive percentage can come as a huge shock to many retirees, especially if they are dealing with any sort of financial troubles. Over the past 21 years, COLA has raised Social Security benefits by 55%, but housing costs rose nearly 118%, and healthcare costs rose 145% over the same period. Mary Johnson, the Social Security and Medicare policy analyst for the Senior Citizens League, claimed in a statement. More cash for seniors. In light of this unsavory situation and the red-hot inflation seen all across the country, the Senior Citizens League is saying that enough is enough. For months, the group has been campaigning via a highly popular petition to urge Congress to quickly approve a fourth round of stimulus checks that would send $1,400 direct payments to recipients of the Social Security program. Social Security benefits are one of the few types of income in retirement adjusted for inflation. But soaring inflation has taken a toll on household finances of retired and disabled Social Security recipients, the petition reads. It concludes by saying, I strongly urge you that now is the time that you must support an emergency $1,400 stimulus check to Social Security recipients.